What you're thinking, second video back and I'm already falling off, whatever. Actually, believe it or not, I already had a video ready to go, but I realized I can't even post it because nobody in my real life knows that I did this certain thing on this vlog. So I'd rather wait till I tell them in person, because if not, people are going to get mad. It's going to get kind of nasty and it's a crazy decision. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and shoot today's video. I'm excited, but please, in no way, shape, or form, I'm trying to show off about what I'm going to talk about. I just kind of like wanted to talk about it because whenever I used to live stream all the time, like the audience that I kind of developed, they would talk about it and they'd be like, bro, keep mentioning it. So today we're going to be talking about some random funny situations that I've been in when it comes to dating. And let's get into it. I'm excited about this one. Okay, so the first one that I do want to bring up is going to be the pregnant girl. So I remember I went out with this girl. Well, first, let's get into the backstory. So me and my friends, I don't really hang out with these people, but we went to like a restaurant and there was this waitress, right? And she was like, they were trying to like riz her up, which I think it's kind of weird. But anyway, she kept asking me questions. And then, you know, towards the end of the night, I was like, hey, would you mind if I had your number? And honestly, she was probably like a solid like 4. And I was just like, this girl obviously wanted to talk to me, right? So like, I was just like entertaining the conversation and whatnot. She gave me her number. She like kept texting me. She asked me out. So I was like, okay, cool, let's go. So we were about to go and she hits me with the whole like, hey, by the way, I'm pregnant. By the way, we haven't even had any kind of intercourse, by the way. Okay, so this kind of situation seemed kind of like Mother Mary type stuff. Like I didn't even touch her and she already had a baby. You know what I mean? So that's not what was going on, obviously. She had intercourse with somebody else. Like 4 months before, and she was just letting me know. So I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, bro, I don't even want to show up now. Like, what the hell am I gonna go do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be no stepdad, and plus, like, I don't really like think very crazy about this girl. Like, you know, she's just a girl and whatnot. So we went out. She was cool. You know, we had a good time, and then after that, we stopped talking. But she would still occasionally text me every now and then. But regardless, that's like one of the craziest situations I've been in because it was so freaking random. And she even told me that she would like somebody like me to be her stepdad. I mean, not her stepdad. Brother. Okay, so the next one was another waitress. And it was funny because this was like at a steakhouse, right? And I remember that there was 2 girls that liked me. One of them is like in an abusive relationship. And she would always tell me like, oh, like I swear I never said anything and I never like said that I wanted to be in a relationship or even wanted to hang out with this girl. And she told me that she would always tell me like, one day we'll be together, don't worry, whatever, like it's okay, this and this and that. And I was like, what the hell? Okay, cool. Like, you know. And then once I started kind of catching that she would say that all the time, I just like kind of like throw like little jabs. I'd be like, hey, I'm still waiting for you, what's going on, blah blah blah, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just being that guy. Then this other girl, she ended up liking me, bro, like her friend. So she went to the tire shop, like to another location we had, and then she told me that she wanted my number. So I was like, okay, cool, here's my number. Then she asked me, do you want to go to the movie? So she basically was doing like all this stuff, bro. Like she was going above and beyond, right? And she was like wanting to do all these things. So then, you know, by the end of the day that we went on, she started hitting me with the, what do you want in this? And I was like, wait, I literally told you I'm just looking for a friend. I don't want to have a relationship, whatever. And she was like, oh, well, I wanted to date you. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, what the fuck? I just kept it there. I kind of kept my distance. She kept calling me, bro. Kept calling me and telling me that she wanted a date. She wanted to take this serious. She wanted to go here. She wanted to go there. She invited me out of town various times. And I said no. She just wasn't my type. Tell me why. Literally last week, bro. And this is like a span of 5 months. I see her at a random restaurant. I had a meeting with one of my people. And we went, brother, she was there. She was there with like a 60-year-old man. Girl had like a whole diamond ring, bro. Like, you know, diamond rings were like, they're like tiny diamonds or whatever. This woman had a whole freaking diamond on the ring, brother. I've never seen something like that. I've never seen a contraption like that. So that was like a pretty crazy like situation because I'm like, damn. She probably knew that we had a business. She probably thought I had billions of dollars or something. And she was just trying to use me. That's what it seemed like. And yeah, man. This is kind of similar as another story that I'm going to talk about literally right now. Let's get into it. Okay, so the other stories that I do want to say are a little explicit. And there's some stuff that I can't say, brother. Like I can't just be putting it online. So, that being said, because me personally, I like being honest with the stories because I feel like it takes away from like it actually being funny and why I find it funny. But I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it there. But there was this one time. This is an honorable mention. So I had met this girl, right? And she thought I was cute, whatever. She gave me her number. And then she told me, like, we went out or whatever. And I remember I was like, hey, you want to go have dinner? And she said, yeah, that's fine. Like, we'll go have dinner. So then we pull up. Like, I pull up to pick her up. And she's like, oh, by the way, I'm not hungry. I was like, dude, I was freaking starving. So this girl's like, yeah, we could go to H-E-B. We go to H-E-B, whatever. That's a grocery store here in Texas. We pull up to H-E-B. And she's like, yeah, just buy like an 18 pack of beer. She wanted to drink an 18 pack of beer. And we ended up, I drank like 3 beers and this girl drank like 9. And I was like, what the hell? And then literally midway into like our date, I guess, we were like walking around downtown. And she tells me, she's like, so when do you want to get married? And I was like, I don't know, maybe like when I'm like 30. She was like, oh, so you don't want to get married right now? Mind you, I was like 21, bro. And she was like, oh, you don't want to get married right now? This girl had the audacity to tell me she wanted to get married like already. She said that she was thinking like in the next few months to get married with me. I was like, bro, you don't even know me. And I told her that. I was like, you don't even know me. I was like, I still have life ahead of me. Like, what do you mean you want to get married? And then, yeah, bro, it was just crazy. Like, that shit is weird. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever been in that situation, but essentially, this is stuff that always happens to me, bro. And I don't know if y'all have that look too, where like y'all have these weird scenarios that you've ever been in that it just feels like, I don't know. I just feel like maybe love isn't meant for me, but I just think it's hilarious because shit like this always happens, bro. And I have, like I said, I have more stories that I would like to share, but I can't because I just can't put them in the internet, bro. But it is what it is, guys. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all like this style of video. Next video that be coming out, we're going to be in Las Vegas, man. It's going to be my birthday. I'm excited. I just can't wait to be out there, bro. So that being said, love y'all. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.